In 1973, the North Dakota State Legislature put together the North Dakota American Revolution Bicentennial Commission. A main focus of the commission was to gather histories of communities. This is especially important for people who are doing history of local communities and who are interested in genealogy, because these biographies give us so much information. And we also really get to see a lot of the behind the scenes of what was being done on a national level. The Bicentennial Oral History Collection, which was run right around 1973 to 77, about the same years as the commission was in existence. And there are about 1,200 cassettes of different individuals. Almost all of the interviews were done by one gentleman, Larry Sprunk, who was the director of the program. And he basically drove all across the state and talked to people who were older in the community and could share a lot about what was going on. And many of them also contributed photographs, different documents relating to what they were experiencing. He asked a lot of the same questions, so we'll see questions about the flu epidemic, World War I, how people moved into this community. I provide a lot of these oral histories to the public, and people often say to me, I haven't heard this person's voice in this many number of years. It's just an extensive and amazing collection. And that was just one facet of the history that was gathered during this period of time. There's a photo collection as well that was done. So just a collection of the actual picture of what that community looked like at that point in time. They went all across the state. I believe they even captured ghost towns. It's a pretty cool collection, actually, because just like capturing that voice, you're capturing that view of what the community looks like. Here at the archives, we get so many questions about, do you have pictures, historic photos of this town, I want to see what the street looked like. I had a house here. Do you have an image that shows where that house was? And that collection does have some answers to some of those questions. As part of the programming, the Bicentennial Commission would kind of designate communities and even schools as being of the bicentennial. And these designations allowed them to do various things, and they were recognized at a national level. The schools and the communities had to send in forms that they filled out saying why they should be able to participate at this level, and we have these forms as well. Many places participated, and they had to report back as to what they were doing in the community. So we also have these files that are full of newspaper clippings of things that occurred. They even would put together county history books. So we have their records. They were a state agency, and we're very lucky to have those because they really give us a lot of important history about communities, about people who were living in this area at this time, and also a lot about how we celebrated different events that were going on. Especially as we approach the 250th anniversary, it's fun to take a look back and see what all was happening, and we're able to do that through these collections.